The question of the day today is, what is love? And the reason why I brought this question up is because the word is thrown around quite a bit, actually. And there are several definitions from several different people of what love actually is. So, in a perspective of love, my short answer, in my opinion, would be lack of control. So the reason why control is not associated with love is because love is to basically let things be as they are. Now, as difficult as this is to say, I'm going to bring up a point. If you fall in love with someone, or you give love to someone, it should be done out of free will, or done freely without trying to control the consequence. So this is very important when it comes to self-acceptance or self-love. It means no boundaries, and it means no lack of limitations, I should actually say. Love is lack of limitations. So it is one of the highest, actually it is the highest form of being, is to be in a state of love. And in pretty much everyday life, if you embody love, you're going to have a much more bigger perspective of all things. The reason why I'm actually bringing this up is because in the psychology field, in the self-help field, basically there is a lot of talk about how basically to love yourself, and quite frankly, not a lot of people know how to do that. They either have never been taught how to love themselves, or the idea is quite foreign or scary. The reason why it's scary is because you will have to come into a space of no limitations, or viewing yourself in multiple types of manners, which is very scary for people because we typically like to view ourselves only one way. And so this is going to be really difficult for people. Also, people they actually don't know what love actually is. They think that it's just doing good deeds and being kind, when actually the majority of people are actually not very kind to themselves at all, including myself. So I actually like to stray away from this particular subject, but I find the subject actually very interesting, and so I thought I'd bring it up for today. So basically, love is to not be able to set limitations on yourself or other people. Now, this is very scary for people because it means that people could do away with them whenever they please, or there's going to be a consequence that they don't want within their life. Also, the reason why people actually don't love their life or don't find enjoyment in it is because they're trying to control it. Control is probably one of the worst ways that you cannot enjoy. It's like one of the worst ways how you cannot enjoy your life or enjoy other people. So this is how I've come out with the idea that love is the opposite of control. If you actually think about it, if you were to actually know everything that you was going to happen within your life, like if it was set in stone, would you actually want to know that? And the funny thing is that most people wouldn't. Which also brings me to my next point. I think that people have a really difficult time in general knowing how to love themselves because they don't know how to be with themselves. And people have many layers to them and many types of feelings and thoughts. And when it doesn't come into how they would like to control themselves to be, we become very stagnant, and we become extremely this type of lifelessness becomes very unmotivating. So how to tell if you're actually enjoying your life is you're not putting limitations on it, or you're willing to see things in a different perspective, or try new things, or ultimately be able to see other people in different types of manners as well, and still view them the same way. People are actually in a kind of a state of lifelessness right now. I feel like because they don't really know how to handle the current events of what's going on, so they put a lot of control within their life, or they try to cope with their life, which is also a form of fear. Most people have a very, very difficult time being in reality, which is why addiction of any sort is very common. I don't know a single person who doesn't have some sort of coping mechanism, which is really odd, because it just shows that a lot of people's, like, the way that we have been taught to live a quality life actually isn't really true. And that's why I like to try to encourage myself and other people to live a meaningful life. So I would like to hear your ideas on actually what is love and how you embody it. So the opposite of love is control, and so love would currently probably would be to make the conscious choice to embody love or give love, even if you knew the consequence of something. So that would be my best description of love, and this also will have to do with a better way of loving yourself, because it would mean that no matter the circumstance that you are given, or the amount of types of situations that you are in, or the ability for you to change at any moment, you still have that love for yourself, which will also include not holding on to negative consequences about yourself. And this will also, I feel like, help you step into a broader spectrum of yourself. Also, in a previous video that I did, I talked about negativity, and negativity is actually needed for growth. It's viewed as something that is very not needed. But if you think about negativity and involving self-love, now what I mean by negativity is basically thoughts or experiences that you feel do not serve you. So this could include loneliness, grief, negative symptoms. Maybe it's your inability to connect to other people, maybe it's low self-esteem. These are all kind of like the groundwork to something that will flourish. If you didn't have these things, then you wouldn't be able to grow into something, create something different. So to feel like to be able to love yourself, you have to be all positive or good feeling, will not give way to having a new life or be able to see yourself through a different perspective. So I guess the definition of unconditional love, or what is love, is to be able to make the conscious choice to present love from yourself and give it to someone else, even if you know that that person or that maybe that environment or group of people will have a negative effect or a negative consequence. You're still giving that out of choice. So thank you guys so much for listening, and if you haven't already, check out my website. I have a list of audio recordings on my Spotify, as well as sessions that I offer, and I am also working on starting a blog, and I have some artwork on my website as well. So you guys have a beautiful day, and I love you so much, and have a great day.